Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday. It's Friday. Did anyone else see in the week that Jackie Stallone died? Yeah, she became quite a thing, didn't she? She was in Big Brother. So I've done a workout and I've put this hat on because my hair looks ridiculous. Yeah, she was, do you remember? She was obviously the mum of, is it Jackie Stallone, is that her name? The mum of Sylvester Stallone. Morning Gary Cox, morning Alice Kearney, Sarah Elliott, Madison Morris. I don't know why your white heart has been retained. Some comments are held for review, you know, for the oddest reasons, if you put a number or something like that. Hi Annie Brown. I like the way everything you do is in capitals, Annie. Monica Smith, Gabrielle, Nicholas Sinnott. How are we all? Carol Nickel. Kittens are cute. You're damn right. I love a kitten. Faith Goodman, good morning. Laura 0860. Beth T. Hey Zoe Agnew, fantastic. We're going to one of your haunts today with the girls. I'm taking the girls up to the White Cube. You have to book. So we're going up to the White Cube. We're going to go to For Coffee. I didn't swear, it's the name of the coffee shop. We're meeting Nanny Di, bringing her back, doing some work with Coots in the afternoon, and that's our day. Boom, bash, 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 boom. Did anyone see Home Time last night? I can't breathe. Did anyone watch our Home Time last night? I thought it was quite a good one, actually. I don't know why. It was kind of like behind the scenes whilst we were promoting the book and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, there's a lag. The reason there's a sort of more protracted lag with some of the vlogs at the moment is because, with all due respect, guys, there's not an awful lot going on. Do you know what I mean? So there we go. Jane Donnelly, you enjoyed it. I watched Home Time at 2 a.m. Jodie, gosh, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Did you have lots of coffee as well? You've got, morning Mark, how was watching Home Time, waiting for coffee moaning? Katie Travers, really enjoyed Home Time. I thought it was a good Home Time last night. I thought it was a good Home Time. And you also got How to Stay Married, where we thought Nadia and I would sort of just mix it up a bit, just shake it up, just shift it up a bit and sort of talk to each other about what we get right. And I think we said within it, there's always a danger, isn't there? If we're critical of each other, people are like, why'd you do this? You're like really overcritical. And then if we don't do it, we're kind of like, we're self-congratulatory. So we just thought, sorry, let's just do a lot of people talk to us about how and why we stay together. And so we thought we'd do a bit of that. So that was fun too. How are we all? So yeah, we sort of tried to spoil you yesterday. We tried to spoil you with content yesterday. So in terms of news stories today, sorry, I've been going since like 6 o'clock. Biggest news locally for us and regionally, I guess, is this Croydon shooting that's happened. A police officer, or it sounds like they were more than just a police officer. I don't mean that in a sort of, I think they were just higher up the rank, and they're not able to identify what rank they are because it might identify the person, but they were shot having taken someone acting suspiciously in Croydon Town Centre into a custody suite. Is it a custody suite? Custom suite, maybe. Custody suite. Anyway, so so it looks like a firearm was used against an officer once they've been brought back, which is going to raise all sorts of issues because theoretically, should they not be handcuffed? Why did he still have a gun? Had he not been searched? Maybe he was behaving. Anyway, so tragically sad. Yet another reminder of the bravery of certainly the British police force. I mean, I know the American police forces are under a lot of scrutiny for institutional racism, rightly so. And that's not to say there isn't institutional racism over here too, but there is the added detail that in a culture where we have just as many weapons, our police are relatively unarmed. It's very hard for them to defend themselves. So yeah, our hearts go out to the family of the police officer. And there was another bizarre story that broke out. I mean, we're sort of almost equidistant between Croydon and a place called Mitcham, Streatham, places like that. And a chap was found running through the street on fire in Mitcham about a week ago. And I understand that someone's been arrested for that too. So yeah, quite something. So yeah, hearts go out. You never want to, it's easy to always look at news stories and think, is this a symptom of a simmering kind of, I don't know, tension or stress or anxiety? Unfortunately, certainly in London, these things happen on a regular basis. Did anyone else see Kim Jong-un, the story surrounding North Korea yesterday? Did anyone see the story around North Korea yesterday? Sorry, these are quite grisly opening stories or depressing, but I mean, the Croydon shooting is one. I'm sure if anyone is in Croydon or knows or saw anyone arrested, please do approach the authorities and give them any advice. Yeah, so here's the thing. This is a very odd story, this. And yet another reminder of how ferociously mean Kim Jong-un can be. A South Korean official who was near the border with North Korea was killed, and then his body reportedly set alight on his flotation device. I think he must have been in the sea, recceing something or near to the North Korean border, got killed, and then they set fire to him. Well, Kim Jong-un has apologized unreservedly. I mean, he said he's very, very sorry, as opposed to very sorry or sorry. He's very sorry. And it's just another reminder of the sort of ferocity with which, and it is rare. They're saying it's very rare that Mr. Kim Jong-un ever offers an apology, but he did offer a rare apology, saying he was sorry that the incident had disappointed the South Korean public and it shouldn't have happened. More than 10 shots were said to have been fired by the North Korean officers after the man refused to say who he was. Anyway, so that's curious, but it reminded me of, did you remember the story years ago when apparently one of his close acolytes or one of his close kind of members of his team did something awful, or did, in his eyes, in Kim Jong-un's eyes, was betrayed him or said something or sneezed or smiled in the wrong way. And he used an anti-aircraft gun to execute him. I mean, that's a big gun. I mean, that's quite remarkable. So it's very much about size, isn't it? Very much about size. Oh, let me just have a little getting rid of. Got rid of. Done it, Jodie. No, Chrissy. So Patrick Vallance has shares in a vaccine company. Conflict of interest. No. That's terrible. Mind you, it's no different, is it, to the guy who... Hello, sorry, that was Nad's trying to contact me. No different in a sense to the Northern Irish minister. Sorry, just one sec. I'm going to go just... not massively different to the Northern Irish minister, or someone who knew the Northern Irish minister, who has a testing company in Northern Ireland that kind of gets all the top kind of contracts and was the only company kind of, invited to tender for the contract of testing for the government. So yeah, all those shoo-ins. That's disappointing though about Patrick Vallance. It has to be said. It's very disappointed about Patrick Vallance. He seemed like, I quite liked the cut of his jib. I thought he was a goodie. So yeah, that was frustrating. That is frustrating. Now look, here's one of the big stories of the day is shops, shop for Christmas. Oh look, Chief Secretary of the Treasury interrupted by phone call during live TV interview. I think I heard that. BBC News, right. Shop early for Christmas, guys. Shop early for Christmas. Can you believe it? We need NADIA going, first time to Christmas, first time to Christmas, first time to Christmas. But there are 90 shopping days left. Did you know that? Until Christmas? And the online retail world, already dealing with sales up 40 to 50% since lockdown, is gearing up for a surge. So what they're saying is, given that there's going to be an even bigger surge, and given the fact that probably shopping in the shops is not going to be such an enjoyable thing, or late night shopping isn't going to be as late night because late nights are getting curfews. People are going to be ordering a shitload of stuff online, and quite remarkably, it's going to clog the system, isn't it? It's going to make things late. We're going to get lots of parcels. We're going to be phoning up neighbours. We're going to have to be washing and scrubbing things like mad. So has anyone here done any Christmas shopping yet? That's what I wanted to know. What I'm building to is, I want to know, has anyone done anything? Is anyone thinking about Christmas yet? 90 days till Christmas. And is anyone thinking about Christmas? Hit the thumbs up if you like having a little bit of a Friday chinwag. I do. No, none. Yes. Oh, quite a few have. I don't understand why Boris isn't banning socialising in houses now like the rest of the UK. It's coming. It's coming. We just don't want to have to face it, but it's coming. It's coming, Gabrielle, believe me. Yes, Noah's about to start Grania, Scotland. Yeah, I've never done shopping online. You see, we do forget that there's a lot of, I mean, if Nanny Thelma was alive, and Nanny Di is an example of this, not a lot of older people do shop online. What's happened with Prince Andrew? Do you know what I mean? Not a lot of older people do shop online. Let's have a look. Prince Andrew, what's the story today? What have we done now? Well, Prince Eugenie is pregnant. That's the big news. So he's going to become a granddad. But Prince Andrew, we've paid for some tour. I'm going to have to look. I can't find the story. You've bought an advent calendar, Monica Smith. Already. That's stupidly exciting. I love advent calendars. You're just going to sit there for like 60 days now waiting to open pet door 1, aren't you? Or do you look around the back of the advent calendar and shake it and have a little look through the side? Or do you peel the little door open and have a little look inside? I was one of those kids who liked to surprise. I remember the trauma of having the magic of Christmas destroyed by my nan and my mum. I liked to surprise. I had adults everywhere trying to reduce it down to just a practical thing, and I just loved. That's why I love Christmas now. I love an advent calendar. He used 16,000 of taxpayers' money on a private flight. Outrageous. It is outrageous. The problem with all of that sort of stuff is it doesn't surprise me. And I'm guessing that was, we pay an awful lot. I mean, if you look at what taxpayers, but that said, the royal family's income or money generation is down by about 35 million, isn't it? Ludicrous because of the COVID. I am drinking a nice coffee, K-Sock, yeah. Gabrielle, I don't want to prepare for Christmas as I don't know if I can even enjoy it. I know what you mean. It's kind of like if we start to prepare for Christmas now, it's going to be a COVID Christmas. And I think a lot of us are kind of entertaining the strange, fantastical thought that maybe, just maybe, Christmas could be normal. Do you think, every now and then I think like Boris might ride in on a sort of sleigh with his cabinet as reindeer and Michael Gove with the biggest red nose. And they might come running in and save the day. That's my hope. But then that hope kind of vaporizes really quickly. You don't send Christmas cards, Marie Gosney. We always want to send Christmas cards, and then we always forget. We've got 2 or 3 cards to send to, I think, Judy Phillips and Jacqueline Frost. And we are probably going to do the Advent cards again this Christmas. But it's hard, isn't it? In amongst everything else, it's hard. Tralala 4. Our students in Scotland have been banned from going out of their accommodation, also banned from pubs and restaurants. One hall of residence has a testing unit as 1,000 students affected. That doesn't sound like they're going to be getting value for money, because let's not forget, they're still paying, aren't they? And in Scotland, is it still 4 years? Do Scottish students... Oh, no, hang on. Do you get grants still in Scotland? I think you might still get grants for higher education. I think higher education might be free in Scotland. I'm not entirely sure. I love Christmas, but then rule of 6 could be a nightmare, or not mixing households could be a worse nightmare. Teresa A, there's a house near you put up its Christmas decorations. You're joking me already. Send us a photo or something to our Instagram. Copy us in. Easiest way is lots of DMs don't get to us because we just get thousands. But if you Insta story and copy us, one of us in, we'll see it. Oh, Amanda Woodman, I always mean to make Christmas cards, but never do. Maybe I'll make a Christmas card this year. Maybe I could vlog it and you can see it and then I could send it. That'd be nice. Oh, thanks, Mary Gosney. I hope we do. Members Live is tonight. Not entirely sure what time. Got people like Nanny Di coming, NADIA flapping about, all that sort of stuff. But we will pin it down and I will post it on the community page. I assure you. Mark, can you tell my dog Apollo to get out for a wee? Go out for a wee, Apollo. Bit of a rain won't hurt. A bit of rain won't hurt you. Yeah. So Kim Jong-un is sorry. Shop early for Christmas. Princess Eugenie. Can't say I'm entirely excited about the thought of Princess Eugenie having a baby. I mean, it's lovely, anyone having a baby. It's a very odd time, I think, for anyone to find out that they're pregnant because we're in such strange, unprecedented times. Here's an interesting story. In Cambodia, there's a watermelon-loving rodent called the magawa. It's like a rat, and it's received the PDSA gold medal, which is like the George Cross for animals, for detecting landmines. I'd have thought it could only detect one landmine, and then that's its job over. A landmine detection rat. He's a hero rat. Can you believe that? He's on a lead here, and he's running through a field, and he's checking out landmines. I don't believe it's the same one, because if you successfully, as a rat, find a landmine, don't you blow up? Don't you blow up? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Fisherman hooks dead man's body in Central Park Lake. Oh my God, and I know that lake. These stories, there's some odd stories knocking about. Do you want to hear it? A fisherman at Central Park in New York discovered he had hooked a dead body when he felt something heavy on the end of his line. At the northeastern part of the park on Thursday, he realized that he was reeling in a corpse. I thought I was seeing a ghost. I felt a thump. My hook had gotten stuck. When I go to lift it, I see the leg come up and then I see the rest of the body. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. They taped off the area. The man is in his 30s. He'd suffered some sort of head wound. Oh, I don't think I could be able to come back to this part. This is like my backyard. He's been fishing there since the age of 7. Oh, it's the third body which has been found in Central Park this month. A man in his 50s was found dead on the west side of the park last week, whilst another man was found floating in the pond near 59th. I know that pond. That's the one near the Alice in Wonderland sculpture. Oh my God. Happy birthday to H3A's mum, who's 49. Happy birthday. Sorry we don't know your name, but happy birthday to H3A's mum, who's 49. You're obsessed with our live streams. Happy. Sorry Nadia's not here. She'd sing for you. But there's my spider plant. See it? It's my spider plant, just there. My spider plant says hi. Used to live on 55th Street, Xander. Isn't that 55th East Side? That's kind of near the Guggenheim and all that sort of stuff, isn't it? That's horrendous. Imagine, oh my God, imagine fishing. Oh, oof. Oh, what else have we got? Loved up Kylie Minogue with her new boyfriend who looks about 86 feet tall, but of course she's only 2'1". So Kylie Minogue has praised her boyfriend for swooping in and saving her. Swooping is the operative word because you have to swoop to pick her up. 52-year-old Aussie pop star has admitted Paul Solomon's had a baptism of fire when she fell ill on tour. Oh, he's been her rock. Oh, they look like a sweet couple. I like Kylie. She's teeny tiny. I mean, she's proper tiny, like you put her in your pocket. You know that pocket you've got where you put a £1 coin, like, you know, the top pocket in your jeans to go and get like a trolley? You could put Kylie Minogue in there. She's tiny. Carrie Fisher's daughter, Billie Lord, has had a baby, which means, strictly speaking, Princess Leia's a grandmother. Just the thought of it. You know who I think should play? If anyone plays Princess Leia, we should start a campaign. If they do, like, you know, there's all these origin stories on Disney+. Yeah, that's the pocket, Xander. You know, all these... Disney Plus series, Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor's going to do it. We've got The Mandalorian. They're going to do a Rogue One. I think if anyone plays the young Princess Leia, it should be Millie Bobby Brown. She actually looks like her. But that's nice, isn't it? Carrie Fisher's daughter, Billie Lord, who me and Maddie know from American Horror Story, I think she's in. That's good. That's so sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh. Steph McGovern's Channel 4 show registered 0 viewers at one point this week. That's tough. Steph McGovern's daytime show struggled to pull in viewers this week after it failed to register any viewers at one point. Oh dear. Well, I mean, I have to confess, I've never heard of her. Who is Steph McGovern? Does anyone know who Steph McGovern is? I didn't know. That was the one that was live from her lounge, wasn't it? I swear they should have done us. Imagine that. The chaos. The chaos. They should have done us from our lounge. Oh, I've never heard of her, Jill Lister. Never heard of her. But yeah. What other bits and bobs? Of course, last night was the last night of freedom. Last night of freedom, Freshers Week. So for students, it's going to be a tricky weekend this weekend. I mean, I wonder how they're going to police this. What do you think, guys? How are they going to police this stuff? Do you think it was carnage in university cities and towns last night? Huh? Oh, thanks, Sarah Elliott. You enjoyed the married chat. Oh, thank you. Let's just have a look over here. Just pulling it back. She worked for the BBC. Yeah, I do. Sometimes I do feel the TV stations just want us to like certain people, regardless of who they are. I do find that. I mean, I'm not saying she's good or she's bad. I've never heard of her. We had 3 shootings last week in Coventry. Someone opened fire outside a Chinese takeaway. Jesus Christ. You might have seen, I posted on my Insta stories the other day, when I recycle stuff down at Sainsbury's, where all the recycling is, there's a weapons recycling bin. And there's a little symbol for guns and knives and stuff like that. Kind of an obvious, what I would do is just put a little camera there, and then you'll get everyone who's kind of owned them, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah, Andrea Crash, isn't that lovely? Nanny Bluebell, my heating on, but I do live up north. It's got a lot nippier down here, I tell you. It's got a lot nippier down here. It's up against loose women, that could be why. That could be why. I think people want to be listening to my missus rather than watching someone in a kitchen doing something. Not very much. I don't know. May I please have a shout out? I'm in hospital after emergency. Moira Instance. Surgery this morning here in Oz. Thank you. Moira Instance, let's all send our regards to Moira. You're in hospital after an emergency surgery. God, I hope you're all right. I hope you're okay. Oh, you poor thing. But I'm sure you're probably in the best place, aren't you? Tesco's is introducing limits on some key items. I was in the supermarket earlier this morning. Yes, this morning. I was worried there was going to be no pesto. I was worried there was going to be no toilet roll, but there were both. But earlier this week, Tesco's bosses urged customers to avoid a return to unnecessary panic buying. Is this because we're getting towards October half term, do you think? I think that's what it's about, don't you? I think there's a worry. There's a worry, there's a fear. I got toilet rolls though, but I didn't overbuy. What else have we got? What else have we got in the news? Talked about the sad story of the police officer. Talked about Kim Jong-un apologising. Donald Trump calls Joe Biden a low-energy individual. I get really worried when I hear Joe Biden speak. This isn't the American election. I get really worried because you feel like he's going to stumble at any point, don't you? I do. It's going to be one of the most curious I mean, I can't believe how close we are to the American election because I followed Trump's ascent and his kind of battle with Hillary. And I'm sure there were all sorts of kind of, rallies and things going on. I'm presuming because of COVID, they can't. When is the Trump-Biden first debate? It's in Cleveland, isn't it? When is the first Trump-Biden debate? I'm sure Xander knows. Does anyone know? We'll see Nanny Di later today. I think she's feeling a lot better. We watched Nadia and the girls watched Social Dilemma last night. I watched Social Dilemma. We are going to be doing a review about it. Does anyone know when the Trump Biden debate? Because I'm beginning to think that this is going to be one of the rarest elections where we're going to virtually have heard nothing between anyone. Hi, Katie Johnston. He's not a fan, Margaret Biggins, is he, Donald Trump, of Meghan and Harry? I mean, I've been agnostic about the whole Meghan and Harry thing. I feel that Meghan's been unnecessarily sort of maligned and sort of villainized and what have you. But I do think there's beginning to creep in a bit of a contradiction that they want a certain type of profile and fame, but they don't want another certain type of profile and fame, and that must be quite hurt. That must be quite hard for the Queenie, I think, and Harry's brother too. Oh, 29th of September, 29th of October. Oh, hang on, we've got 29th of September, 29th of October. Which is it? Which is it? 29th of October for the debate. That's only 4 days. Isn't the election on November the 3rd? 29th of September? Maybe it's next week. Yes, it is next week. Yeah, next week. Oh, wow. God, I'm gonna watch that. Maybe we should do a live watch along. That'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? See, I think I think Trump is chomping at the bit for a kind of one-on-one with Biden, because I do think, I mean, I think it's well known that we're not Trump fans, but I do think Trump will trounce, I hate to say, Biden in a debate. I do. Not necessarily in terms of what he says, but just he's faster on his feet like a boxer than Biden. I think Biden's just a bit stumbly. And a lot of American politics is about optics, isn't it? A lot of American politics is about how they present, how they perform. You know, I mean, Trump will probably talk total gibberish, but if he does it in an entertaining way, no, I know, Xander, we know you're a Trump fan. I mean, you know, and if he doesn't, but if Trump gets a few kind of quips in, they're relatable, aren't they, to huge swathes of America, whereas Biden could struggle. I worry. And I know the Democrats are worried. I know that's why the Democrats have kept him back. They've kept him back. You know, they haven't had him saying too much. So I get a bit, yeah, fast on his feet, trotting out untruths. Any pregnancy news for yourself? We still haven't got the, I keep nagging Nads. You have to nag Nads. I keep nagging. I'm up for it. I've got a belly and I'm willing to strap it on. But I do know that there is only one place, I think it's in Amsterdam or somewhere near Amsterdam or in the Netherlands. And you can only, I think you rent them or you have to hire them or something. And they have a sourcing problem or something like that. But it has not been forgotten, I promise you. We are talking to whoever bought our book in Epsom. We're hoping to deliver the first book there. Obviously, we can't deliver the book to whoever it was in Aberdeen, but we are hoping to do a one-on-one Skype with our Aberdeen person, because of course households can't mix and all that malarkey. So yeah, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna scoot off. Got to crack on. There's a home time. There's a How to Stay Married. We reviewed I Hate Susie. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but we popped that up last night. There'll be a members live later today, and we're shooting the Sunday show late this afternoon. And yeah, road trip to Aberdeen, Jodie, to test your eyes. And I will be posting on the community page here what time the members live is. And me and Nadia at some point will be doing a review of the social dilemma, talking about it. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. It kind of left Nadia quite depressed. But as she headed off at about 6 o'clock, 6:30 this morning, she said to me, can you deactivate the notifications on my WhatsApp? There are some things you can do to minimize how enslaved we are to all of this stuff. Anyway, guys, lots of love and have a lovely day, and we'll see you on the other side. I'm sure we'll pop up somewhere. Keep following us, keep hitting the thumbs up if you like, chit-chatting away. Weird news flow today. Bodies coming out of ponds. Prince Eugenie's baby. Kim Jong-un incredibly apologetic for setting someone on fire. Just weird shit. All right, guys. Bye.